Yo, what's going on, social world, man? It's your boy Bstar, and today I'm coming at you guys with my list of my pros and cons for shooting your own music videos. Pro number one, the cost. So when you have your own music video equipment, of course, you don't have to pay a music video director. And being in LA, you could pay somebody anywhere between like $750 for a music video shoot. Upwards to like $1,500, and that's on like the prosumer, independent come up low end. So when you own your own equipment and you can shoot your music videos for yourself, you cut out that cost, which adds to your budget. So that's amazing. Pro number two, full creative control. When you are the director, you're in the driver's seat, A lot of times when you work with directors, especially when they're building a reputation and they're building a body of work, they like to have a creative say in the project because their name is on it, and it's a part of their portfolio. So they want to make sure that, every step that they're taking is taking them up, just like everyone else out here. So when you are the director, you cut out that, and you can make it as big or as small, minimalist as you want. So having full creative control is another pro. And pro number three, accessibility. All right, so music video directors out here, man, they're busy, they're booked, They're shooting here, they're shooting there, they're shooting for this artist. So, if you need a music video shot tomorrow because you're trying to rush it and get it out, a lot of times they can't make that happen, on such short notice. So when you own your own equipment, you shoot when you want, You control your schedule because you have the equipment, you have the say of when you want to shoot. A lot of times there's certain shots people want to get, like golden hour shots and things like that. And working with another director, schedules could conflict, things like that. But if you have your own equipment, you're shooting when you want, how you want, and for free, sorta. Besides the cost of buying the equipment. Which takes me into the cons list. So top three cons, man. Con number one, cost. The cost of getting professional equipment, like the things that are out here today, it can be kind of high. Now, as a creative, I believe that you should be creative and you should be resourceful. There are a lot of secondhand things that you can buy. You definitely got to check it out and make sure that it checks out before you just walk away with it and then end up with a busted camera that's no good. But man, it can cost you, especially when you're trying to buy this equipment brand new. So that is a con of getting in. It's a cost of entry. It's a cost to play this game. Con number two. When you're shooting for yourself, it can take a lot of time. So when you're working with a music video director, they have things like a well-oiled machine, honestly. And when you're shooting for yourself, it takes time because you have to set up every shot by yourself. Some people literally shoot by themselves. I know guys that will put a camera on a tripod and shoot, and they'll add camera movement in post. So, but just setting up the shot, setting up the focus, everything takes more time when you're a one-man army and you're a one-man band. So con number two definitely goes to time consumption, and it takes more time when you're doing it by yourself. Con number three, I'll label this one the learning curve. And I'll just let you know that nobody starts out great. No athlete was born just amazing. You have to put work in, you have to put practice in, you have to put in the time, you have to give it your 10,000 hours. So, before those 10,000 hours, sometimes you end up with poor products. And I'm speaking from experience. When you run those other two cons, okay, excluding number one, because like I said, there's just a cost of entry. There's a cost to play the game. But number two, when you spend all that time making something and then you end up with a poor final product, it sucks. And it's like, can I put this out? So then that might kind of mess up your release schedule in a way. So, always be mindful of that and just know that you're going to get better over time. But at first, sometimes things are underexposed, or just things are just not as great as you envision them in your head, or as maybe even as they looked in that little tiny LCD screen on the back of your camera, and you get it in post, and it's like, oh my God, But regardless of all those cons, I always say you should keep going, you should keep pushing forward, keep learning, keep growing. You're amazing. So you got this.